Hi, who's here? I heard aloha,
Hello.
so I know that Padam Dion is here.
Yes, I am. I'm happy.
And who else is here?
Happy New Year.
Harry Ender.
Oh, Hadi Ender. Hi, dear. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. How you doing?
Good, good.
Debbie and Kirby in the background.
Who?
Debbie.
Oh, hi, Debbie.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that. And who else is here?
Tejpreet.
Hi, Tejpreet. What's up?
Hi, how are you?
Good, good.
Good.
Who else is here?
Satdeva.
Satdeva. Welcome, Satdeva. Where are you from?
You know me from Taos, but I live in Seattle now.
Oh, you moved?
I did.
Oh, wow. Well, I hope that you can come to our Yogi Mela after all.
That would be super, but it would be a lot more logistical things.
Oh, man.
But I'm happy to be able to plug in today because I've got the morning off. So Happy New Year to you.
That's good. But I want to tell you and everybody, the Yogi Mela will be live streamed, and it will be recorded. So you might want to take advantage of that.
Wonderful. Thank you.
And you know, we're going to have Amandeep is going to teach a second course on the next weekend called the Yogi's Cave, and that one will be recorded. We still don't know if we can live stream due to the connections at the ranch, but we'll see. But anyway, it's good to have you here, dear.
Beautiful.
And who else is here? That's all? Nobody else?
Sounded like more people.
This is Hadi Munder.
Oh, hi, Hadi Munder.
Hey.
How are you?
All right.
Okay, good. And who else is here?
Hargo Ben.
Yeah. Hi, Hargo Ben.
Hey, Siri Gian.
You sound a little sleepy.
Yeah, I am a little bit. Been up since 3, but, you know.
Uh-huh. Well, that's a good time to be up.
Yeah, it is.
I did that yesterday. Not so much today.
I beg your pardon?
I said I did that yesterday, but not so much today.
Oh, okay. Who is this?
Debbie.
Oh, okay. And is there anybody else? Okay. Well, you all know that we're going to have a free teleclass tonight at 6 o'clock my time, called, what is it called? Get Your Soul's Predictions for 2013. And if you haven't registered and you want to register, it's at soulanswer.com/soul, SOUL, _predictions, plural, _ 2013.html. That's to get the phone number and to get the page where the recording will be posted. Well, let's get started. Okay. So everybody please sit straight. I hope you all are having a lovely new year on this second day. Long deep breathing. That's it. Long deep breathing and relax. This might be our resolution in this new year, to hold the space while we relax into it. Yes. Okay, relax into your third eye point. This is where your communication comes. Good. And being very aware of what you're doing here. Tuning into the infinite that expresses itself as a finite. What an amazing miracle that is. Inhale. And begin long, deep breathing. Good. Really feel your juices flow here. Very settled, very flowing. Good. And now please begin heart breath. That is, on the exhale, feel as though the air is coming out of your heart center. Good. And feel your own heart open. Feel your own heart being healed. Good. Good. And now please send heart breath to each one who will ever listen to this recording or who is on the phone now. Good. Allow these beautiful energies to become one energy. The first sutra of the Aquarian age is, the other person is you. Imagine. Just let that be. And now please send this beautiful healing energy to people who need it. And evidently Tomas needs it. Send it to him. Good. Please send it to our U.S. Congress. More challenges ahead. And to all of your own intentions. Allow this energy of optimum health, support, whatever situation, whatever condition. Return to balance. As you do this breath, consciously allow yourself to return to balance. Good. Surround yourself in this light. Allow the light to emanate from you, through you. And inhale and exhale. Okay, Baba Siri Chand is here. He is energized and he's ready. He says you all should go dancing this weekend. Or better yet, sooner. He's really into dancing. He says, yes, that is the thrill of a lifetime. He says, you must understand that you should dance, 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 dance your heart out. And he says, here's the key, dance your heart out. He says, please really get into the music. He says, love the music. Give up yourself. In other words, give up your ego package. He says, and love the dance. Love the body. Love the flow. He says, even if you can only move your hands, only if you can move your toes, he says, move. Even if it's just your eyeballs, he says, dance, dance, dance. He says, you were recorded in the annals of history as those with problems, those who are stuck in the mud. He said, but you know what? He said, those who are great, they dance. They dance with every molecule of their being. They do not get stuck in the mud because they dance. He says that means as your physical dance, as you let go of your warts and your worries, he calls them, as you let go of your warts and your worries, and you allow the bouncing, beautiful, kind, extraordinary, changing, enlightening energy to move through you, to move as you identify yourself. He says it is a calm energy, but it's a very enlightening energy. It's very fun. He says, when you go out and play soccer, he says, when you go on the swing set, he says, that energy, that exhilaration, that beauty. He says, climbing a rock face. He says, it is a dance. It is a concentration. It is a dance. It is a place of movement. Oh, my God. He's saying, shake that fanny, he says. He says, get out there and give yourself a workout. He says there's nothing more pleasurable than this great oxygen exchange. He says, love yourself and love this earth, love this body, love the molecules that make you up. He said, this is your consciousness. He says, this is your consciousness speaking. He says, you do not like it when you get down in the doldrums, when you feel like you are repressed, suppressed, depressed. He says, none of the above work to create the true human that you are. He says, so get out of your easy chair and start shaking your booty, he says. He keeps saying that. He says, this is the time to love life. Love this body that you're in. He says, I don't care what shape it is. He said, it is your body. So please favor it. Please love it. Please give it the kind attention. And give it the motion, the in and out with the breath. He says the great oxygen exchange, the great energy exchange. He says, keep up that heart breath. That's a form of dance. He says, yes, I am the electric man. He says, yes, I do take care of you. He says, and now I'm asking you to dance. He says, how about this? How about putting on some waltz music and waltzing with me. He says, I'll do a few back-over flips while we are waltzing. He says, but that'll be fun. He says, and we will laugh, and we will giggle, and we will be happy. He says, it's important to give yourself permission to be happy. He says, pay attention to this now. We're going to go slow for a minute until you get it. Give yourself permission to be happy. Just let that sink in a minute. Okay, breathe with that. And see how it can seep into every cell of your consciousness, every cell of your being. He says, isn't it funny that you need permission to be happy? Isn't that the most incredible? He calls it a life-throttling situation. Sir, what do you mean? He says, well, when you don't give yourself permission to be happy, you can't be happy. He says, this is a conscious thing. He says, what if you never learned to read and write? He says, then you could not engage or indulge in those activities. And in your world, those are absolutely, literally important. He says, but did you ever think of learning to give yourself permission to be happy? No, you just keep praying for the things that you think will make you happy, that will take your insecurities away, that will keep you separate from the real life that you have. He says karmas are a funny thing. They will give you any kind of assortment of stuff, any assortment of goodies, of poison pills. He says the point is, my dears, the point is, if you do not give yourself permission to be happy, no matter what comes running through your life, you will never be happy. Never. He says right now, do your long, deep breathing, your heart breath, and go deeply within to see that which retards your permission to be happy. Was it your mother trying to keep you in line? Was it a past lifetime that knocked your block off? Because perhaps you were a little too happy? Go in and find out what that is. Or just feel it. Just feel that which keeps you weighted down, which keeps you in a box, which keeps you marooned on an island of your own, he calls it your own self-conceit. What is it that keeps you separate, that keeps you from flowing? Or just the feeling of it? Oh, my God. Just feel it and let it come up. If you feel like crying, screaming, howling, that's okay. Good. Keep up the breath. Okay, keep it up. He says you are a precious waking victim. He says, but as you know, he says being a victim is no fun. It may get you attention. It may keep you in the doldrums of hurt and anger. But fun? Oh, give me a break, he says. Give me a break. He says breakdance is good. Keep up the breath. He says, now please forgive whatever it is that withheld permission for you to be happy. Forgive it. Forgive it. Use your breath. Deeply, meditatively, forgive that which robs your happiness. Just forgive it. You do not have to carry that thing around like a dead body hooked to your ankle. He says, no, you don't have to do that. You do not have to carry around a lead heart. It's not required. He says forgiving is the tool which softens that connection. Do you understand? It softens that lock. It dissolves those ties. Just forgive it deeply. He says implacably. Hold your head high as you do this and let your heart shine. That's it. Keep up, please. Let the tears stream down if you like. If they are there, let them stream. Were you told that you were not allowed to go out to play? Did you have to take care of other brothers and sisters? Was someone not loving to you, making you feel that there was no way that you could be happy, that you didn't deserve it? He says, oh, my dears, those are the karmas, those are the associations. He says, please forgive them. He says, as Jesus said, forgive them, for they knew not what they did. They knew not. Forgive them. Forgive those situations and forgive yourself for falling in line with such hoopla, such unconnected and grisly terrors. Forgive yourself for believing them, for making them yours. He says, for now, because now you are letting them go. He says, you are letting me eat them for dinner. You are allowing me to take them and to shake them as I shake my own booty, he says. Keep up the breath. Forgiving, forgiving. So kind you are. So kind. He says, as you do this, he says, the finite becomes clear. It becomes open. It becomes flowing to allow the infinite to come through. And as the infinite comes through, do you know, is pure, consistent light. He says, claim it. Claim it, sweet ones. He says, this is yours. He says, efface, eject the worries that you could never be, never have. He says, forgive those poor little babies. Those poor little orphans, forgive them for believing that these parts of you are orphans or have been orphans. And understand that indeed you are the sons and daughters of the King and Queen themselves, with every gift of happiness. Every gift of happiness is yours. The whole treasury of the heavenly happiness is yours. This is your inheritance. This is your true inheritance. Keep up the breath. Deeply, deeply feel that heart. Feel the kind pleasure, the kind acceptance, the connection. Connection to the all in all. This is your birthright. This is your birthright. This is who you are. He says, what a pleasure, what a grandness, what an openness. He says, you are unannounced joy. What does that mean, sir? He says, you are the joy that sweeps you off your feet. It is the joy that finds pleasure in even the tiniest little thing. Even the greatest few, even the kindest, sweetest compassion in the midst of the heart of and the depth of death. He says, you are that joy. You are that joy. He says you are connected. You are down to earth. He says feel yourself so flowing with Mother in the center of the earth. Feel yourself flowing with Mother. Mother, the feminine creator aspect. You expected the creator to be masculine, didn't you? He says, well, let's call her the creatrix. Yes, we call her the creatrix. Keep up the breath. Keep up the breath now. Keep up the connection with Mother. Because she's sending happiness up. Just like a gusher of a well, she is sending happiness up through your system, to your heart. Flushing out the old. He says, that's what you do in the new year, isn't it? He says, flush out the old. The things that stoppered. The things that cut off. You really are your real, true identity, your inheritance of the divine. The divinity of who you are, you just relax in it. She is your Mother. Feel her at your heart, from the center of the earth, at your heart. And let the blessing, let the joy cycle. Let the joy cycle. Let yourself feel the experience of who you are. Let yourself feel the joy of who you are. What a blessed joy. It has such a range. It has a range from sheer compassion, from relaxing totally into the pain to allow it to dissipate, to finding who you are. It has the joy of compassion, the joy of uniting, the joy of connecting. You are not unconnected to anything. He says, let me say that again. You are connected to all. He says, allow yourself to feel yourself hooked up. He says, the plumber just came and did his work. You allowed that to happen. Allow all to flow without getting stuck. Remember, you already flushed out all your systems. Keep up the breath. This is the defining prana of your life, of your being. Feel the joy in the little thing. The sweetness. Find your joy in the simple expression of living in this body on earth. Now, perhaps you never thought that was something to celebrate. Perhaps you thought that that was only a big punishment. Oh, he says, sweet ones, this is the time to forgive that thought. He says, you are the blessing of the Almighty, who has taken it into her being to be you. Do you understand the privilege? Do you understand what you're doing here? You are the obvious vehicle, the clothing of the Almighty. Allow yourself to be that. Allow yourself the freedom to be that without judging. Do not judge. Oh, I could not be. This could not. I would get a swelled head. Nah. Just allow yourself to be part of the soil of this earth, to be blessed in the air, to fly free on the sunlight. Feel the love of the stars, the moon, the connection. Keep up the breath. You are this blessed being. So, my dears, you might as well get yourself up and start dancing around. This is celebration dance. This is Snoopy's happy dance. This is the dance of the football player who spikes the ball after a touchdown. This is the dance of the baby who hears the music. This is the dance of the graceful. And this is a hopping dance of clod hopping. This is the dance of living here on earth. The free-flowing ballet. The pure joy that has its own course through your own veins, through your own heart, as your own being. Give yourself permission to be happy. Give yourself permission to be happy. There is no greater joy for me, he says, than when you are allowing yourself to be happy. He says, yes, of course there are sad times. He says, but underneath it there is a foundation of joy. The appreciation of being alive to experience every emotion, every situation that is drawn to you. There is a gratefulness for participating in the whole range of every possibility. He says, open to that whole range. Open to the whole range. He says, then you have a full color palette. Imagine if you restricted your color palette. Where would you be? What a dull life. What a dull painting of your life that would be. He says you can choose it. You can choose it. And there is no judgment. He says, but if you would like the full palette of colors, the full palette of tastes, of joys, of loves, of sounds, of music, if you would like the fullness, just give yourself permission. He says, yes, I know people call this hedonism. He says, but isn't it fun? He says, we are here to experience the full blessing. The full blessing. Being in the kindness, in the presence, and in the joy of being rooted in Mother, as Mother, as the infinite being expressed, of living, of the presence, of flowing through this very totality of you. He says, now shake your booty. Yeah, do it right now. Shake your booty. He says, you understand that you are moving your kundalini. And the movement of your kundalini allows your joy. He says, dance your heart out. Oh, precious ones, be the joy. He says, you know I love you. I know you love me, he says. So let's pass it on. Let's get the full taste, the full yumminess of it, and then pass it around. Yes, we love it. Bless you all. This is you. He says, be sure to carry this forward. Know this all the time. And let it seep into your consciousness more and more. Let it flood your consciousness. So that you may fully be who you are. He says, my dance partner. He says, the infinity of all. What a joy. What a blessing. Inhale, he says. Inhale. Hold the breath. He says, and project this beautiful light of heart. Project it. Project it. The real rays of the sun. And now exhale and breathe your heart breath. Feel your refreshed self. Feel your refreshed self. Feel this light moving in every bit of you. He always calls it every corpuscle. Let it energize. Let it be your energy. That's who you are. He says, now, please dance forward. Please dance forward and share your own being, your own experience, your own knowing with one another. He says, who will share?
Siri Gian?
Yes, who is it?
Rahmane.
Yes, dear.
The first image that came to mind is from Paonia in 1971, I think.
That was one of the first solstices? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it was the second summer solstice. And if you can imagine, we were standing up and holding right hands with our partner. And then we were told to put our big toe of the left foot in the navel point of our partner.
Oh, God.
And hold it there. So what happened was this dance, because in order to keep the balance, you were continuously moving.
Oh, my gosh. Well, you were young, huh?
Yeah, I think we did. I think we did it for 31 minutes.
Oh, my God. That is total fun. Baba Siri Chand totally enjoys that. He remembers it. He had fun. Did you have fun, he says?
Yes, well, especially the memory of it is fun. And it just reminded me of how yoga is such a dance.
Yes, the very union. The very union is a dance. It's not a static thing. It's a total dance.
Yeah, and also as I get older and I move into the postures more slowly, it feels like a dance getting into it, finding the edge of the stretch and working with the breath. And Tomas has a poem here. I'm not sure if I can find it, but I know the part of it is, dance is a motion explosion, lapped with devotion, like waves of the ocean, behaving as though happiness mated with trust, and open the tides. I think that's what it is.
How beautiful. How beautiful.
Yeah.
It's amazing. He always has some poem that's totally right with us.
Yeah, and he has another little, we call it angel dropping. I live to dance and dance to live.
He says, yes, let's make that our motto. Live to dance and dance to live. He says that's our motto for today, forever.
Yes.
He says, what a beautiful blessing you both are.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. He says, okay, who's going to dance forward now?
This is Param Dion.
Yes, dear. Hi.
I know it sounds impossible, but I'm almost speechless.
Oh, okay. We're breathing with you.
It's almost difficult to express all that the coincidences. I'm gonna be succinct. There was the plumbing thing. I felt that love was pushing through, and I could feel it. Just, I mean, really, there was deep soulful tears being released. A lot of presence, a sense of really being loved. By pure coincidences, right now I'm staying a few days in the very room where I was some time ago, the closest thing to a home that I have. And in this very place, I remember hearing from Guru Ram Das that I'm very loved about 2 years ago. And it's like I'm living that right now. And
how wonderful.
And one more little coincidence, and I have to let it go because if I start explaining... Yeah.
Synchronicity, these are.
Synchronicity. The thing is that every time I've gone into deep spaces of joy or meditation, I feel like dancing, and or I see myself dancing with spirit.
Mm.
And it's
how delightful.
And so it's like, it's like almost the words you're using and everything is just too much. I'm actually floored, and I'm not even going to bother sharing anymore. I'm just saying thank you.
Bless you, dear.
He
says, now don't forget, this is recorded, so you can listen to it over and over.
I've already heard the command that I need to listen to this. I need to listen to all of your, so I don't know when it's going to be posted, but, I have the habit of putting something to listen to when I fall asleep at night, especially. So this is going to be my lullaby.
Oh, good. How wonderful.
Mahalo. Thank you.
You are so welcome, dear. So welcome. Oh, he says, yes, this is the lullaby. This is the lullaby. Okay, so who else can share?
Satnam, this is Kehar.
Oh, hi, Kehar.
Hi.
Are you still in New York?
I am.
I'm so happy that you're with us.
Me too. It's the first time I've been live on a call in a long time.
Yeah. This is Kehar who puts up our talks on the YouTube. So we're very grateful.
Yeah.
Yes,
that was great, and it was perfect for me. And there were just a lot of wonderful things, but I have another synchronistic thing to share. That yesterday I was I did a little reading, and I read something by Pema Chodron, and she was talking about how even after years of meditation, she sits and there's sometimes this underlying anxiousness. And I meditated on that, and because I felt some of that sometimes sitting in meditation, but what I realized was that what I felt, and it's usually after doing my sadhana and I feel clear, is I just feel this energy and I want to dance and share, and that's what that energy, it's not so much mental energy, but and it was really kind of confirmed by the call today that when all is said and done and everything is clear, it's just this energy of that, what did he say, unannounced joy. It just was so, I feel like, that's totally like the core of my being. So it was so much fun
to
just do that. So
wonderful. He says, shake your booty, dear.
Yeah.
shake it.
Yeah, so waheguru, Satnam.
Okay, fabulous. Thank you so much. Okay, who can share next? Who can share next?
Satnam, it's Satdeva.
Oh, yes. Hi, Satdeva.
Hi, Siri Gian. I love dancing so much, and I don't do it enough. And
you are a dancer, though, aren't you?
In my spirit, yes. And the movement is so important. And so to have words that reaffirm that this motion that comes from the core of the being, this core being expression, to give validation to it that it's important, that it is life itself, and that to unplug the whatever is stopping that flow. I appreciate that message, and I appreciate the energy that it has released in my body, and I will continue to work with those images that were verbalized today, and to keep that energy conscious, to express it, and to seek out that places to express that. One thing I want to share with you all also is something that I got an email about. You probably have heard of Eve Ensler. She is a big advocate for women, and she has made a movement for ending violence against women. And one of the actions, which is a global action, is dancing on Valentine's Day. And the website is called V Day, just V-day. So
now,
C,
you mean C like child, or V like Valentine?
V like Valentine, and hyphen D-A-Y. D is in dog, A-Y. V-day.
Okay.
And so if you Google that, you'll see that you can join up with a group that's dancing in your community, and you can also partake in this action to end violence against women. It says 1 billion rising, strike, dance, rise.
Sounds like fun, huh?
I do. I hope to connect with some people here in Seattle, and
He's saying, what do you think about dance parties at your house?
That would be great, because I have a hardwood floor that's 400 square feet, open floor with amazing.
Oh my God!
I have this space. And it's sunny today in Seattle, and I have saris up in the windows, so the colors are beautiful in the morning too. It's a really good space for movement and dancing and yoga. So that's what Siri Gian Kaur. I'd love it.
I'm so happy. Good. Thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
And Baba Siri Chand is telling me to tell you about a vision that I had early on. It was pretty funny. Maybe you've heard it before. I was way out in space. I was dressed in a tuxedo. And next to me was his tall snake standing up straight. And the snake was also dressed in a tuxedo. And we were doing the little soft shoe, T for two and two for T. So that was the Kundalini, or the Shiva aspect. So anyway, that's my little dance.
Yeah.
So, would anybody else like to share? Did you give yourself permission to be happy, to dance, to love, to feel the full expression of all the experience in Earth?
Hi, Siri Gian. It's Debbie.
Oh, hi, Debbie.
Well, as soon as you said,
as
soon as you said get up and dance, I just did.
Oh, fabulous.
And I usually listen to the call in my bedroom where it's quiet and dark, and today I sat in the living room with the sun coming in the window, not knowing. So it was perfect when you were talking about all that. It was all happening at that moment for me. And I always wanted to be a dancer as a child, and I used to dance around the house with the scarves and listen to Glenn Miller and do whatever, but never got the last lesson for it. So I am happy to do whatever I can do.
Yay, yay. And it is to be happy. Listen, did you go to the Rose Bowl parade yesterday?
No.
Oh, you watched it on TV?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it was so cold. I was like, I am not going out there. But I watched the B-2 bomber fly over my house.
The what?
The B-2 bomber flew over my house.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. That's exciting.
Yeah, so that was enough excitement for me.
Okay. Thank you, dear. Now, who else can share? We have just a couple more minutes.
This is Carol. I can share.
Oh, good. Carol from Juneau. Yes. What's up, dear?
Well, I find out that my name, Carol, is, everyone thinks of it as a song, but in the past, a carol was actually a song that went with a dance.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I've always loved to dance. I just like to dance. It doesn't matter. I just love to go and do it. So when I actually found that little piece of evidence, I really liked my name a lot more. Because it's kind of an old-fashioned name. And so when I think, every once in a while, I know that the inclination will strike me. Oh, it's time to stop and feel joy. So I just, you just stop, and it's like, is there any joy out there? And there always is. And I just have to remind myself that it's just full of joy all the time, but we don't think about it. We don't stop to feel what's going on out there. So I have that little thing posted on a little sign in my living room, joy, to help me remember.
Oh, how fabulous. And then do you do your little happy dance? That goes with Carol?
I'm always doing a little happy dance that goes with Carol. Although I'm getting so old that now it just looks like I'm walking.
Oh. Okay. Okay. But he says, don't forget, Carol. He says, shake the booty. Okay.
Okay.
Good. Thank you so much. Anybody else?
This is Param Dian, really quick.
Yes, dear.
Going for seconds. First of all, thank you to the person who shared about that dancing thing. I've already joined on Facebook, V-Day. They have a Facebook page, and it's really easy, so I translate it as much as I can, and I'm sharing it as we speak.
Oh, wonderful.
And the other thing was that the one thing that came up at the very beginning when we started doing the breath before I had that strong experience was this awareness that there was some part of my programming, regardless of all the meditation and natural perceptions, there was a part of programming that felt I had to accomplish something of goodness inside of me to be happy. I don't know how to explain that, but I had to achieve a certain level of goodness to be happy.
Yes, that's an old religious thing, isn't it?
Well, maybe religious, maybe cultural. I'm not sure, but I'm sharing it because I think it was very it was raw. It wasn't personal. It was global on some level, and I'm sharing it in case anybody perceives that or we're working with people that have that, some part of ourselves that feels we have to achieve a certain level of goodness, just like the idea of success having a certain amount of stability to feel successful, and to be happy we have a certain amount of, we have to be good. I mean, I know that was my mother's training, but we're not going to blame her anymore. We're over that one.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to share that and thank everybody, and I'm really happy about the call later today. Thank you.
Oh, good, and thank you. Thank you. That's what he meant by give yourself permission to be happy. He said it's there. The joy is there. He says there's nothing about deserving it or blah, blah, blah. He says you are. That's why he said it's our inheritance, the inheritance of our own divinity. That's who we are. And it's ours. So thank you all. What a pleasure. What a divine pleasure to be with every one of you. And isn't it fun that we hold hands and we just be in this circle to experience this divine heart and divine dance of all of us? Thank you so much. Okay, so now we also have the blessing of having Kehar here to lead us in our closing song. So with all your heart, please express this joy to one another and to receive it. You don't have to deserve it. Just receive it. Be who you are. It's yours. Kehar? Kehar, you here? Oh, darn.
Sorry, I was on mute. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Got it. I started singing, and I was like, oh, wait. Oh, okay. Okay. Inhale. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love around you, and the pure light within you. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on.
Inhale. And bow to your infinity. And he says, did you know that this happiness and this joy are expressions of truth? He says, yes, that's who you are. God bless you all. Love you. We talk tonight, and we'll talk next week. God bless you all. Satnam. Bye-bye.
Satnam.
Satnam.